What's up, the internet land? It's your girl Shawne here, coming to you live from our home office here in Boston, Mass. Listen, guys, welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in, come and hang out with me. This is my first live of 2020. I cannot believe we are 17 days into January already. I can't believe it. 17 days into the new year, new decade. Absolutely amazing. So I just wanted to come on today and shoot this quick little live video and just kind of have some peeps hang out with me. What's up, bruh? Glad to have you live and in with me. So listen, guys, I don't know if you saw my post that I put up earlier. Oh, what's up, sis? How you doing? I won't be before you long. Little inside joke there. Listen, I don't know if you noticed about me or not, but one of my favorite shows that I like to watch, I actually recorded, is Divorce Court. Now, never been married, don't plan to get married, and don't want to get married. But why do I watch it? Because it's always interesting, some of the things that come up. And one of the things that always happens is that a viewer will usually ask the court a question that they usually put up on the screen. And that's what the question was today that I posted. Some of these questions are really kind of crazy. And so I just thought that I would just kind of come on today and let's just simply have a discussion. So I might be doing these from time to time. Hush, Teresa. Maybe on a Friday. It's, Freedom Friday. We out here free to do whatever it is that we do. Today is my day. I'm just kind of chilling at home today, working on a few things. Behind the scenes. But again, first live of the year, just wanted to come on and just kind of just have a simple conversation. So let's jump into it. Mr. Bright, what is going on, sir? Glad to have you live and in with me. So the question was, and I'm looking over because I'm looking at my computer actually. So the question was, is it wrong to ask my wedding guests to pay for the wedding instead of gifts? Now, my thought, tacky. His Judge Lynn would say, just tacky. I think that's absolutely tacky, but that's just my opinion. I kind of feel like if you want to get married, if that's your thing, and you don't really have the money for this big elaborate wedding that you want, then don't have it. Have something small. Have something that is actually affordable to you. Hey, Miss Linda, thank you for living in with me. We're just sitting here having a conversation. I put up a post earlier. Where have I been? Just behind the scenes. Like I said, been doing some things. Miss Cook, thank you for living in with me this afternoon. Working on a few things behind the scenes, Linda. Just trying to get 2020 started off on the right foot. So that's kind of where I've been. I've been hanging out. Miss Hudson, glad to have you live and in with me. So back to the question, folks. So for me, I find it tacky. I just feel like if you cannot afford a big wedding, then don't have a big wedding. Have something that is affordable to you. But to ask me as a guest to basically help you pay for your wedding, as opposed to giving a gift, you know what I mean? Would you say, Teresa, go to City Hall? Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, we said marriages don't last longer than the debt. Listen, I don't understand. Absolutely, she did. I don't understand really why this question was even asked. I would think that if you want this spectacular wedding and you want, to have, 300 guests, 300 guests, and you want this and you wanted this, then you start saving and you plan for it, But again, who was that really for? I guess is my question. Really, Teresa, a GoFundMe page. That's crazy. That is, to me, that is absolutely crazy. That's just like saying I want to go on a trip, but I don't have the $2,000, so I'm going to actually put up a GoFundMe page and say, hey, do you guys want to help me pay for my trip? Again, I think it's absolutely tacky. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Would you say, Teresa? I'm not paying for no one's wedding. I have seen people say, yeah, again, crazy. Linda, my wedding was paid for when I went down there. Absolutely. You know what I mean? I mean, I think in today's day and time is enough. I think we got enough common sense to know that we really shouldn't be going in debt. And again, here's the question. Who was that big wedding really for? You know, I think a lot of times we get into this habit, you know, it's been ingrained in us that we have to have this elaborate wedding, you know, this big beautiful dress, and the flowers and everything. And don't get me wrong, some weddings I see are absolutely beautiful, but I think that if you truly love the person that you're with, it shouldn't matter how much money that you truly spend on a wedding. Absolutely. The loan, notes, or credit cards, no credit debt. Absolutely. um I think that, if you truly love one another, then something small, something quaint should be more than enough. I know a lot of times, like, again, I think we get into the dreams that we've been fed with the fairy tale wedding, and the dress. I mean, I have gone wedding shopping with people, and I look at the cost of the dress, and here's the other question I ask. These dresses are absolutely absolutely, Linda. These dresses are absolutely gorgeous. But here's the question I ask. When you spend $2,000 and $3,000 and $4,000, or whatever the case may be, on a dress, when are you going to wear it again? When are you going to wear it again? Because let's just say the marriage doesn't work, and you meet someone else, and now you get married again. You going to use that same dress? Probably not, because it's got the memories of the person that you married the first time. So, I mean, I don't understand why this was even a question. You know what I mean? Linda says you have to pay the rent afterwards. Absolutely. If not all the other bills that come along with it, and then when you talk about a wedding, you think about all the expenses. We have the wedding itself, we have the dress itself, we have the venue, we have the DJ, the videographer, the photographer, the food, the cake. I mean, the list just goes on and on and on and on and on. The bridesmaids, they need their dresses, you're giving them a gift, and the groomsmen need this. I mean, it's thousands and thousands of dollars. So here's my thing. Let's see. Let me see what Linda has to say over here. And Teresa, need to be married and homeless. I agree, Teresa. Homelessness is not a good thing. All right. Let's see. Linda say you passed it down and have it cut and made into a Christmas. Yeah, that's true, Linda. I mean, again, but when you talk about, now you got to get something that you spend all this money on. Now it gets altered. It's a good way to use it, absolutely. But then it's like, oh, look at my baby. I got it all cut up. What just happened? But yeah, guys. I mean, to me, it's crazy. So here's the thing. Here's a thought. So the question again was, is it wrong to ask my wedding guests to pay for my wedding instead of gifts? So here's how I look at it. Now, Teresa got married. She got married at City Hall, something simple. Linda, I guess that is another option. Linda says, or burn it. So I guess that is another option. But let me ask this question. Would it be smarter to have a small wedding and or go to the justice of the peace, and then maybe have a medium-sized reception? Medium size. Or if not, just have a small intimate dinner with family and friends. Just go out. And maybe the money that you get, if you do get money as a gift, that you use that money towards a house, or down payment for a house, or some other, maybe to take it and actually invest it. Maybe we should start to really think about doing things differently, as opposed to buying the materialistic things that really don't matter. If you get a couple of $1,000, or you get a couple of $100, maybe invest it, maybe buy some stock, maybe start a business. There's so many different things now that you could do with that money, as opposed to just you know, taking it and spending it frivolously. What was that, Teresa? Let's see, Teresa. My reception was in my dining room. Absolutely. Linda, backyard, jumped that broom and had a small dinner and invest the money. Absolutely. I think we really got to think about being smarter with our coins. Um, than, spending all this crazy money on things that, I mean, what are we really going to have? We're going to have some pictures, and we're going to have the memories. Again, if I love that person loves me. I don't think that, you need all of that. Now, if you got the money and it's not a struggle, it's not, it's no big thing. You got $10,000 just laying around, and you balling like that. Absolutely, go for it. Go for it. I'm not telling you that you shouldn't. I'm not saying if you don't have money balling like that, you shouldn't go for it, because it's to each his own. These are just my thoughts, my opinions. Absolutely, Linda, money makeover. I will say this, that growing up and doing different things. I probably did things back in my 20s and stuff that were crazy. Now for me, I've always liked to travel. So for me, that I'm probably taking my money and I'm off on a trip somewhere. Um, but I just kind of feel like, as I've gotten older and as I've gotten a better understanding of money, how it works, as I've gotten older and understood better credit and how credit works and all of those different things, my mind is totally in a different place. And it's kind of like Linda said, it's having a money makeover. Now when I get, big chunks of money, I think about a trip. A trip is still up there for me. But now I think about, I got a son who will be 17 this year, and we're almost on our way to college. What does that look like? Setting up an IRA for him, giving him a business. All right, sorry about that. Yeah, like someone tried to call in. Yeah, for me, it's about doing something different. Like I said, I got a son going off to college. I'm, trying to, want to set him up for a business when he turns 18, because I understand now, through, mindset change, personal development, all those things, getting older. That's what happens when you get older. You do actually get a little wiser for some of us. That those things are important to be able to set him up for the future. But for me, trips still right there, still kind of high on my list. But I do other things. I have other side gigs and other side hustles, and when I want to do something, I step into that realm and I do what I need to do. And so having those, side hustles are also great. But really, it's just understanding money and how it works, and just wanting to be able to do something different. And I had seen a post. That's what I was saying. I had seen a post on Facebook a while back. A friend of mine had put up a post, and he talked about, as opposed to having, baby showers and all these other things that we'll be spending money, and those things are great. You know what I'm saying? You got a new little one coming in and you want to shower that person, but, buy him some stock. I don't even know if they sell bonds anymore, but buying some stock, start investing, giving them something, that they can truly have when they turn 16, 17, 18 years old. Start them an investment account. I would rather get together with my friends. A friend of mine is having a baby. I'd rather me and my friends get together and give them a couple of $100 and start them an investment club for that child. We got to start thinking different, folks. We're getting older. Times are changing. And we got to do things differently, truly. What's up, sis? What's going on? Thank you for living in with me. We said, Lindsay, you need another hustle. Absolutely. Multiple streams of income. That's why I came up with the name, the multipreneur, entrepreneur, doing different things. And we gotta keep that going, folks. So again, this question was, should I have my guests pay for my wedding? Probably not. Now, I'm probably sure that we probably do pay for it and don't know it. And what do I mean by that? Simply, probably, if we're giving that person cash and they need to finish paying the DJ, or they need to be finished paying the food, then we're probably paying for that. You know what I'm saying? But I just want us to be smart, folks. Be smart about your money. Start to invest. Start to do things differently. If we have kids, we want to truly be able to leave them a legacy. Truly. You want to be able to leave them some generational wealth. We may not have grown up with it, but we live in a day and a time now where there's plenty of ways to make money out here. I don't care what you say. Everybody's got a gift. Everybody's got a talent. Put it to use. Put it to work. Whatever that may be. Now, for some of us and some of us on this live, drinking is not a gift and talent. So, you don't want to necessarily do that. What's going on, Keith? Thank you for living in with me. Much appreciated, sir. We just sitting here having a conversation, sitting here rapping about, we're actually talking about weddings. And if someone having a wedding, their guests should pay for their wedding reception, or for their wedding, instead of giving gifts. And so, I'm giving my 2 cents about that. I would love to hear what I've heard what you guys have said. I've seen you guys have been commenting, so I appreciate that, and I will probably respond back to each and every one of those comments after this live is over. But again, this was one particular show that I like to watch, and I said, hey, you know what? Why not bring it to my Facebook community and let's have a simple conversation? So I'm probably going to be coming to you live probably once a week. We just gonna sit. We just gonna have a conversation, and figure it out, because a lot of times we can do things together when we just come together and figure it out. Now, could you imagine if all the people who are on this live, who stopped in, whether you're still watching, you left or not, if each one of us on this live put in $25, let's just say we did that for a whole year, what we could build, what we could buy, we could get into real estate, we could get into whatever it is that we wanted to do, put the money together and do something collectively. I mean, there's power, and there's only maybe 1, 2, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 5. I'm counting here, guys. 5, 6. Like 6, 7 people, 8 people, 6, 7, 8, about 8 people on this live. And if we would have put in $25 a piece for the next year, imagine what we all could do, But we gotta start building, folks. We gotta start thinking differently. We gotta start doing differently. A wedding is great. I think that people come together. They want to have their one union. It's absolutely wonderful. I'm not dissing that. I'm not saying you shouldn't get married. I'm just simply saying I think we need to be smart about it, because when we look at them, think about this. You get married, you have this big grandiose wedding. You've got the dress, you've got the venue, you spent the money for the food, the cake, all the stuff that comes with it, right? Now, after everything is said and done, and you settle down, add that up. I'm sure some of us probably spend over $10,000 probably on a wedding. I don't even know what they cost. I just know they're expensive. But if we're going to go with $10,000, I know it'll probably be more than that. Flowers are expensive. All of that. Just think about what you could have did with that $10,000. So if you said, for instance, I wanted to buy a franchise, and you looked at a franchise and it said it cost $10,000 to get started. First thing we say is, I don't have $10,000. But you just spent it on the wedding. Think about that. Are we still going to be happy if we get married at the courthouse, at City Hall? Are we still going to, incur the same things getting married there as opposed to having this big grandiose wedding with all our friends and family? So I want you guys just to, when I first saw this question, I wasn't even thinking about business in that sense. It was just simply having a conversation. But when I typed out the question today, I really thought about it, because that right now, that's where my mindset is. It's all about building wealth, building generational wealth. So, I want us to, be able to just think differently when we're doing things, folks. A lot of times I'm reading a couple of different books. I think I put up a post the other day, but I got this book called Everything is Figure Outable by Marie Folio. I have followed her on Facebook for quite some time. I've, been on her email list, and happened to be in a bookstore last year and happened to see this. and put it in my list of books to get. And actually, again, I got this book for Christmas. Shawne bought it for me. So I've been reading that, and they tell you in here that basically her mantra is that everything is figure outable. You truly can do it. I posted this one the last week or so. I got this at the library. Don't sweat the small stuff. This little book right here, man, listen, we could do a whole live on the stuff that's in this book. It's short, it's sweet, it's to the point, but it really is about not sweating the small stuff, man. And there's a lot of stuff that comes up, but if we just say forget, we don't even sweat it. It doesn't even matter. Absolutely, Linda, growth, absolutely. Um, yeah, so these are just two of the books. I got a couple of books. These are just two of. I got a few others that I'm reading, haven't started. But yeah, folks, growth is so important. It really is. And once you really get into that mindset in that realm, it changes everything. It really changes your outlook on life. So listen, I've been yabbing for a while now, but again, I just wanted to come on today. It was supposed to be a fun video, truly, just a fun, like I said, video, just us hanging out, chilling out, just having simple conversations. So if you guys like this, then let me know. Give me some love, give me some hearts. Just say, hey, I like this. Let's do it again. I'll come back at you next Friday with another question. And, we'll just take it from there. So listen, folks, again, thank you for living in with me. Much appreciated. You guys have a fantabulous Friday. Have a great weekend. I know it's a long weekend for a lot of us. Martin Luther King's birthday holiday we're going to celebrate on Monday. So, go out, do what you're going to do you. Keep being you and keep growing in this world that we live in. So welcome back, Linda. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Like I said, I ain't really been gone. I've been waiting to do a live for a while now, but just trying to get some things straight on the back end of things. So that's it, guys. Also stay tuned. I used to do these things last year called the Car Chronicles, where I shoot a live video from my car. So I'll be going back to doing those as well. One of the things that I haven't done, I didn't do at all last year, was I never really tried IGTV. So I'm actually going to be going live on my Instagram channel as well. On both, actually. I have two pages on Instagram, one for my travel business and then just my personal page. So definitely stay tuned for that. We'll be rolling those things out. So you're going to try to be doing a live pretty much every Friday where we just kind of answering these questions. Again, Divorce Court is one of my favorite shows. Viewers comment, they ask a question. Judge Lynn usually gives them an answer. And so I just figured I'd bring it to Facebook. So just stay tuned. We're going to do more videos, do more lives. We're just going to be talking and hanging out, all right? Before I go, if you guys want to know what it is that I do to be able to earn an income from home, hit me in my inbox and just say, show me the way. And I'll be more than glad to share with you some of the things that I'm doing to earn an income from home as well. All right, guys, until the next video, as always, peace.